Hey, what's up? My name is Nelson, and I just saw Last Night in Soho. Directed by Edgar Wright, and starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Thomasin McKenzie, and Matt Smith. A young girl, passionate about fashion design, is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s, where she encounters her idol, a dazzling wannabe singer. But the 1960s, London is not what it seems, and time seems to be falling apart with shady consequences. Well, this is a spoiler-free review, that's all I'm going to say. First off, I want to talk about the actors in this movie, the actors and actresses in this movie. Anya Taylor-Joy, as usual, is really, really, really good in this movie. She plays Sandy, the woman who is from the 1960s, who Ellie is dreaming about throughout this movie. And she does it so well, just playing. It really felt like you were in the 1960s, and a lot of it had to do with Anya Taylor-Joy. And Matt Smith plays Jack, and he is really, really good in this movie for that character that he plays. He does it so well. But honestly, the standout and the main lead of this movie is Thomasin McKenzie. I really thought that she would be outshined by Anya Taylor-Joy. Not that she's not a great actress, because she is really good in movies like Jojo Rabbit. But Anya Taylor-Joy is just such a powerhouse, and she really doesn't outshine Thomasin McKenzie at all. And I really did like that. She is just so amazing in this. She really plays this character. She's a very vulnerable character, and she moves to London from a small town. And just to see how scared she is, and she plays this character so well. I just love how eager she is throughout this movie. She wants to be this fashion designer, and she just plays it. She's very nervous that she's in London, yet she's so eager to make her dreams come true. And I really love that about her character a lot. This whole storyline of it starts out, and she goes to London, and she obviously starts seeing these visions in her dreams and all that. And I thought it was really well done. And I love the relationships that kind of build throughout this movie. I mean, you have a relationship with the landlord, played by Dinah Rigg, and that is a nice little relationship that kind of builds throughout. She's a tougher type of, older lady. She's real tough, and I liked her character a lot, and I liked how their interactions. And then there is a really nice relationship between the character John and our lead character, played by Michael Adjo. I hope I'm saying his last name right. But it just really good relationships built throughout this movie. I really did like that quite a bit. I did see that this movie was a horror, and in the beginning I kind of felt like, I was like, more like a thriller, more like a mystery type thing going on, but not so much horror. But I'm not going to sit here and pinpoint what horror is. Horror could be anything for anybody, but when it starts to show the horror aspects of this movie, it is quite terrifying, and it surprised me a lot how scary this movie can get, and just the images and stuff. There is a haunting in this movie that she gets. I don't want to get into it, but because of spoilers, but there is a haunting she has in this movie, and it is quite terrifying. But when you do get into those dream sequences and stuff, and you see all the neon lights and stuff, this movie, it looked really nice. And it's very poppy and all that, and I really like at first, I was kind of like, oh, the camera move, it's good. It's not very flashy. The cinematography is not very flashy, but then it does kind of show, you get little tilts when we're in the dream sequences and stuff, and I really did end up loving the camera movement a lot. And then the editing in this movie. I don't really talk about editing a whole lot, but the editing in this movie, and it kind of the way that it kind of cuts from one scene to another scene was really, really well done, and I really like that. And I love that Edgar Wright doesn't spoon feed us everything. And, you know, I'm not dumb, I know what's happening, and I really did, you know, like that a lot. There is a thing that happens in the movie, and I was kind of like, I'm really glad that it's not flat out showing us, because it did not need to show us this aspect of the movie. I kind of got what was going on. And I love the way they use the music within the score and the music mixturing throughout this movie. It was really, really well done. That score was very chilling when it needed to be, and then there's songs in this movie that are really amazing. I can't get, like, the song you hear in the trailer. I can't get that song out of my head. I keep hearing it over and over again. It's something that just completely stuck in my head right now. And I like when a movie can do that. And there is just, throughout this movie, there is a lot of jaw-dropping moments. And I really love that in a movie. And this one really, really did well. I want to talk about Edgar Wright. He is one of my favorite directors ever. I mean, I love, like, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and all those funnier movies that he's done. I've never seen Baby Driver, which I really gotta watch that. But he knows his way. He knows things to do, especially with so many different genres. I mean, he started out more on comedy and stuff like that. But, you know, and then he does a movie like Baby Driver, that's like kind of like an action comedy type. But he does this, and this is like straight up, you know, drama, thriller, horror. And he can just do anything. This man is just so versatile, and this is no exception. He you know, this movie with the cinematography and the storyline, it's such a different storyline, and I've never seen too many movies like this, and he just did so well. But there is a couple things that not very many things. As you can see, I do like this movie quite a bit, but throughout the movie, I kept kind of forgetting that it was modern day, and I was like, you know, she'd have a pair of headphones, and I'd be like, what the heck? Or a phone, and it would surprise me, and I'd be like, oh, we are in modern day. It just, with all the music that was playing throughout this movie, it was all 1960s music, you know? So it really kind of made me feel the entire time that we were in the 1960s. Kind of messed me up a little bit. It's more of a nitpick. It didn't really bother me. It didn't take me out of the film or anything like that. And there also is a twist in this movie that I kind of seen coming pretty far away. I kind of was like, yeah, I kind of just seen it coming, you know? But, like I said, that didn't take me out of the movie. But overall, this movie kind of scared me. This is my type of horror. I like that psychological, get in your head type of horror. So this really did work out for me and really was very chilling to me. So I love this movie quite a bit. And like I said, I could throw away all those nitpicks I got. There isn't very many, but I don't really care about this. I love this movie. I love the way it looked. I loved how much it scared me. I love the storyline. This movie is just almost perfect. But for my score, I'm going to give it a 90%. So, I really loved it. Definitely something you want to check out in theaters. I saw it on a big screen. It's something you definitely want to see on theaters. But if you like what I'm doing on this channel, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Nelson Reviews. Follow me on Letterboxd at Nelson48. Peace out.